Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This one is going to be on Jim Neidhart, Hart Foundation. So he is the weekend poster for Feud week 1 of this MLC, and he is a Legend era powerhouse. So let's take a look. He has the Hart family link, subs last one more turn, Hart Foundation, a green gem matchy match of +2. Neidhart and Bulldog, moves that generate black gems will generate 3 more, and Legend Era 10% more damage. He has this one gear, the stock gear, Hart Foundation gear. He's a coach. Another one of these new finisher coaches. Green finishers do 50% more damage at 6-star. So I'm going to have 5 movesets for you guys, quite a few. I'm going to start off with this first one, which is kind of interesting. Can hit extremely hard. For the duration of this preview, we're going to have the Titan plate on. It is available in the prize wall now for 12 tokens. You get 2 a month for the most part, if your faction maxes, and then if you max the talent up. So if you don't have any saved, you're looking at about 6 months, but it is worth it. I snagged one off there. Actually, it's 10, I'm sorry. I had 12 saved, 5 months. I had 12 saved up and I spent 10 of them for it. So there's that. Of note, red move percentage. No Fury 2s, just all Fury. Somebody did ask me in comments of a video what a Fury 2 is. There are Fury 2 levels out now, and there's about to be Takedown 2s available this weekend. These are Fury 2s. They add 40% all gem damage as a set bonus instead of 20%. So 2 of them equipped is an extra 20% gem damage over a Fury 1. But just Fury 1's in for this. Titan plate, nothing crazy on the strap, 5%. So there it is. Alright, first moveset. It's a little bit of a slow burn. This is intended to go off on turn 3. Like I said, it can hit quite hard, so I thought it would be interesting to put it in. We got the back body drop. You're going to see this one a lot. 8 MP red, deal 96k damage, and choose a 7x3 area to make into blasts. Forearm club, 6 MP green, juggernaut gem move, deal 78k damage, and choose 3 gems to make into 2 turns. That will increase your red gem damage by 60% for 2 turns. And then make 8 random gems into multiply gems of strength 5. So if all 3 stay on the board, you're going to get 180% red gem damage, as well as 24 times 5 multiply gems. And then we got the slingshot shoulder block. Choose 6 gems to make into red gems. I'm sure you can kind of get an idea where this is going. Entourage, we got Steel, and we got Butch here. The idea here is turn 1, we put the forearm club down, and then on turn 3, this is loaded without a match. This is all went off. So you drop this and then choose into the blast and multiplies. You'll see. And then as many choose red as you can get. So at coach, I actually have Bianca and Hall of Fame Lita. If you don't, obviously 2 less gems if you only have one or the other. If you have neither, then you're only choosing 6, so I wouldn't go with this moveset then. But this is just to show you guys how hard he can hit with this Juggernaut move. There may be better ways to incorporate it that people find out. Possibly triple green, since his 6-star move is green. It's not on the portal yet. I do know it's a choose destroy. I don't know the MP cost or how hard it hits. So I don't have a 6-star. Don't have a 6-star idea or build because I'm not 100% sure on the move at this point. I'm going to turn this to 1.25 speed. 2 is a little bit fast. So, like I said, in Feud, this would not be loaded at 8 MP. You'd start at 6. Now, if you're going to run this, you're going to want to drop them along the bottom row. You'll see why later if things work out the way I think. So then you're just going to take a swipe. You can do green and get more. Potentially, but in Feud it wouldn't be loaded, so I'm going to ignore that for now, because I'm going to try to show you what it would do on turn 3 in Feud. So this buffs the red gems once. Now, depending, this is perfect. We have a yellow match right here. This is somewhat risky on this turn. However, if you want the big boom, you drop this here, and then the multiply gems are going to go out above and below the blast gems. So we're going to put this here, 200% gem damage. Then we're going to take this swipe here. Everything's coming up perfect. Excellent. Now we're going to fill in the multiply gems. And you can see the blast gem's 100k. One multiply gem is 549,000. So you are going to see a massive boom, folks. And let's see. We want to make sure and get rid of all the multiplies that had loot boxes for sure. And then we want red multiplies. That's 500k a piece, right? So we definitely do not want to miss out on turning those guys red. So let's just do that. And that. And like that. This is going to be a heck of a hit. Get ready. $10 million damage. It was 10.4 reduced to something. So that's 10 million damage with Anvil. So like I said, I thought that would be interesting to show. It is turn 3 in feud, but there may be a lot of boss battle potential there and other stuff you can do for fun with tours and stuff. So that's 10 mil damage with just regular Fury medals. So anyway, worth showing, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments there. All right. Moving along. This is my least favorite build. So from the big boom to this. We're putting all new moves in. Pretty good finisher. So we got the Discus Clothesline in Anvil specialty, 8 MP purple, 145k damage, increase your red MP by 9. We'll see this again later. This is the only time I'm going to show the sub. 8 MP purple, generate 32 random sub gems, do 154k damage for 3 turns. Anything left turns into blast. 10 MP red finisher, deal 232k damage, choose 2 columns to destroy. Entourage, because you need 8 purple to start, we are going dual purple MP trainers. So we're going to have Woods with the unicorn horn. And we're going to have Vince, who also improves the damage on the loot boxes. And gives us 2 purple MP. Sammy for blast gems, because theoretically we're going to have a lot of blast gems out there, hopefully. So we're going to go gem damage with Sammy, 50% blast gem damage, and Santa Hogan, because hopefully we're blowing up the board, so flat gem damage. You do not need 17k for this. Here we go. Okay. Let's see how this one looks. Here we go. Also, of note, Anvil has an amazing goatee. I like it. I approve. I may or may not have one kind of similar. Not quite as long yet. So, no reason not to fill the finisher right away. We might as well fill it. Boom. The clothesline. Animation's on point. Then we're going to hit the sub and go to the finisher. You can see skill plate choice, break 3 red, get 3 purple, or break 3 red, change 7 blue into purple. Also, if you didn't know what the Titan plate did, when you make 8 or more blast gems, the sub does not count. It increases your gem damage by 200%. So the plate we're using, that's why I had the blast gem move in, is it buffs his gem damage 200%. You can see from the sub, it doesn't. Our blasts are not massive at 23k there. They're not bad, but it's definitely not 200%. So now we can hit the finisher. for sure we want red gems. Also, we're going to get a decent amount of Destructoid there. We're going to blow up all the way over into there and then just kind of miss right here. So let's take this. We're going to miss a few gems here in the middle, but not too many. Baby Cascade, and we did 1.1 million damage. So it's okay, but it doesn't amaze me. It doesn't, so... If Titan Plate worked on it, that would be much more interesting. But it does not work on subs. We're just going to hit this for the funsies. Well, for the 120k damage, really. You could have hit it last turn, too. I just didn't feel like it. Okay, that's going to Destructoid a bunch of that. And boom, boom, over into here. Let's get that. Just about everything. A little bit harder there, 1.27 million. Definitely not 10 million. Definitely not 10 million. That's my least favorite build. So he's got some good ones. Okay. So this build set is all the same trainers. We are just gonna swap in the Blast Gem move you already saw. I would use this, so matchy match perks are gone from feud, right? So if you don't have 17k Santa, this is probably a solid setup for you to run, although we're going to see my favorite moveset last. We'll be running that last. Probably my favorite moveset, I think so. But if you don't have 17k Santa, you don't have to worry about matchy match for this. You can just kind of get right going right away, no animations, etc. We're going to keep the same trainers and everything. So you've seen all the moves, let's just run it. Titan Plate does work. So that one you saw, we hit a 1.3 million finisher after the sub. The best one we hit. Let's see what we hit. Right out the gate, turn 1. Again, no Fury 2s, using 2 MP trainers. Don't have to worry about matching in feud, so very simple, straightforward. You can do this 2 ways. You can drop it here because you're going to get 1 row above, 1 row below. If you wanted to make sure you got 1 more red, we could put it here. But I feel like better chance of scoring a Cascade putting it smack dab in the middle there. So that's what we're going to do. Plus, we can also actually pick up both of the reds we would miss right here. So again, Titan Plate. If you don't have Titan Plate, break 3 red, get purple to reload the purple. You can see we reloaded 1.7 million finisher. Not crazy, but not terrible. And very simple to run. The second round is going to be much, much harder. Because it's going to be 2 sets of 200% gem damage from the Titan Plate. Doesn't matter here, we break all of them. So whichever column looks more appealing to me, ones without loot box gems on the top or bottom. Let's go there. $2.1 million there, and it was not a good board, so... But not bad. You can see solid damage, although you can run into potential recycling problems, right? So that's definitely a downside. Worth noting. Okay, so now this build is if you have 17k Santa, maybe you want to do this instead. You'll want X-Pac, so 2-3 matches load the finisher in feud with the current no matchy match perks. If you don't know what I mean when I say no matchy match, in feud there's no perks for +2 on a match, so a 3 match is just worth 3. The only change here is the slingshot shoulder. That's the 7 MP, 77k, choose 6 gems to make into red gems. So then we're just gonna index that finisher damage and use priest. For 150% finisher damage. When the red coach comes out, will be quite handy for this particular build, although you wouldn't be able to use it and use X-Pac. which you could still do a 5 and a 3 match and load it, but it is more risky. So worth noting. Okay. And right here. Let's go with the Santa Hogan. I think I might already have him equipped. I do, so let's just put X-Pac right here. X-Pac. Yeah, so he lets 2-3 matches in feud load it. Also, if you're wondering, the 2 6-star zombies, or the zombie steamboat and the zombie HBK 5-star gold, those are not mine. Bianca is mine. The other zombie HBK and the steamboat are not. Just haven't got them off my account yet. Again, Titan plate or this Aftershock is that skill plate. I call it the Christmas skill plate because it's green to red, so green and red. But it's actually called Aftershock. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Want to try and keep reds on the board since there's primary color. This is relatively safe, probably even for me. And we'll go there and add an extra red there. Perfect. Boom. And you can see finisher now should be like, I think 700k, 850k after the priest and the move damage. So now we're blowing up the board. So this should be a much bigger finisher. I did that wrong. I left 1 red gem on the table. Bad Mherex. And 2 million finish on the first go. If there's a second run, you have Titan plate in play again, but he's not going to kick out. So, last build is triple red. I super duper like this one. This one's a lot of fun. It'd be interesting to see how well the blast gem move scales at 6-star. But we do have 21 blast gems on the board at 60,000 for this. That totals up to, I believe, like 1.2 million. Let me double check. 60,000 on my trusty calculator here. Times 21 is, yeah, 1.2 million and change. So that move's going to hit for 1.2 million with those trainers and coaches. That's the one move we haven't seen. Let's go ahead and bring you in. Tree of Woe Stomps, 121k. Damage, 9 MP, and then 34k bonus damage for every blast gem. With the 2 4 MP trainers in Butch and Sting, that puts you at 8, and then 1 for your turn is 9, and then charge. 1 for feud perk is 10. Also keep in mind, first feud, a lot of times people haven't had defensive perks max, so you may get extra MP to play with. So some of this stuff that you're seeing with Santa Hogan may not always be required. And then we're going to go back to Sammy because it buffs that move, the Blast Gem move. So let's go back. Gem damage, 50%. Boom. And then Ray for another 25%. This will be faster. There we go. The only concern is having enough red on the board to recycle if you need to recycle. At like 6-star, 5-star, I don't think you're probably almost ever going to need to recycle 5-star gold versus 5-star gold. You should usually always be good. If you don't have the Titan plate, not Raucous Cooking, that's the wrong one. Bad Mherex, that should be Aftershock. Because it gives you red. Anything that gives you red. This one, right here. Let's just fix this right here. We'll fix it in post-editing. No, we won't. You guys know better. There. Boom. Done. Okay. Nothing to see here. Lots of red on the board, so that's nice. 21 blast gems go out. We also have the red move damage across the board, so 200k, 260, and 500k. Now let's hit that 1.2 million on top of the 260. Yeah, buddy. Nice. Brings old Ivar, Mherex's favorite punching bag, down to 3 mil. And let's finish this up with a board destructoid. No cascade. 1.7 million though. After taking that damage off, we did have enough red on the board to recycle. So there you go. Bob's your uncle. Those are the moves for Anvil. Couple things yet. Let's try and fit him in to the powerhouses on my roster, where I would level him, that sort of thing. And also, people requested to see how the AI plays them. So after we look at my roster, I'll come back in here with the triple red and see what order he uses the moves. We'll put it on 2-speed, and I'll change a couple moves around potentially so you guys can see the purple one, and then, you know, the other one. So where does he fit into powerhouses for me? So one thing he has going for him is he's Legendary. However, there are a lot of Legendary powerhouses. Sika comes to mind. Another person that takes use of the Titan Plate. Doesn't need much for MP trainers in Sika's case. You might have gear to improve his red gem damage. My personal preference for Sika is this set. 2 MP, 2 MP. Some people like to use the finisher instead, which I totally get, instead of this one. So there's that. He's really good with the Titan Plate. To be honest, I don't know that I like Anvil better than Sika, because he just doesn't need MP trainers, and the like. So I don't know that I like him better than Sika. I do, like I said, I do have gear for Sika, so that helps. If you were curious what the gear does, reds do 50% more gem damage. So there's that. Given the ease of operation for trainers and such, although you would need JBL and Rusev in particular to get the most out of him, so keep that in mind. I kind of think I prefer Sika. Yeah, maybe. But the big ones I think that people are going to compare him to are Seth and KO. Right? They're the more recent ones. They use the same kind of tokens. They do not use the same style, so that is one thing he has going for him. He's focused. Whereas Seth and KO are chaotic, Hall of Fame Taker is aggressive, Sika is aggressive. So something to keep in mind boss battle-wise. And this first build potentially has some interesting ramifications boss battle-wise, since it can hit so hard. You could probably do a lot, and actually a lot of his builds recycle super well. For example, this one should get a decent recycle with a Titan Plate to grow, although you could miss the purple, so something to keep in mind if you don't have enough on board, because it is high charge. So there is that. I don't know that he would be as good boss battle as those guys. I don't think he would for sure. But if you're lacking a focus target, something to think about. Those are kind of the big powerhouses to me, at least on my roster. And then, of course, there's Zombie Ray. And Zombie Ray I like better as well. Seems to have more high damage output ability. His finisher gets really huge. He's aggressive as well, so not in the same style. So really the best thing Anvil has going for him is legend and not the same style. Not the same style as Hulkamania Hulk either. So that's probably the best thing. But like in terms, personally, I like I for sure Mutant Seth, KO, and Ray I'll definitely like better. I do like Taker more personally. That could be a preference thing. And also I like Sika more as well. So while I do think Anvil is good, and this is very interesting, and not having seen the 6-star move and how stuff scales, I think I'm going to say he's solid. You know, probably right kind of in that range of not the first 3 I mentioned, but pretty close to Taker, pretty close to Sika. Could see it being a preference thing. So maybe, you know, 4 or 5 in your powerhouse range. Also, don't sleep on Otis, especially since we're using a Titan plate. 6 MP to load. If you want to run this, it's very similar. 5-star bronze, you're going to see a lot of finisher. Recycles for sure, flawlessly. And we got 30 blast gems on the board with this. So to be honest, truthfully, guys, I actually like Otis more as well. Otis is chaotic, though, so there's that, and his animation is not very good. He looks like a Cabbage Patch Kid or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. So really be thinking about that with Anvil. Maybe the coach is worth it to you. Maybe the Legendary, or maybe you're an Anvil Mark. But Powerhouse is pretty loaded, in particular free ones. Some of the best free ones we have in Otis and in Sika, right? So that's my take on him for where he goes in my roster. Now, if you want to see some autoplay, feel free to stick around. I get that not everyone probably wants to see autoplay and where he goes in the right order, but I am attempting to get something in here for everybody, and people have asked about it. So let's get some autoplay real quick. Let's do the triple red. Oops. Let's just hit this. I worry a little bit about recycling with the high charge moves is the only big concern where, like, I like Otis because he has the flawless recycle, and then Sika because the charges are only 2, right? So that's probably the thing that keeps those 2, me liking them more for when you have to cycle. And at 6-star, you're gonna have to cycle. Again, I haven't seen the 6-star move. Triple green, choose to destroy. If that's a cheap cost one, that'll be highly effective. You saw just how hard that could hit. So, I mean, there's a lot of potential here too, don't get me wrong. We're going to crank this to 2 times and auto away. So he does use the blast gems first, which is great. But he swiped. So for anyone wondering, he swiped the blast gems. No idea why. Boy, that's tough to watch. Okay. No idea why he swiped after he put the blast gems out. Alright, so there's that. I do have tour perks. I played the whole time around them like I didn't have them. I'm sure you guys noticed that. Playing like I'm not getting a match and things +2 on a match, and also not starting with 4 MP. So real quick, let's toss this move in, because these are the simple ones for the AI to play, right? Increase your red. They can't really mess that up. So this would probably be, honestly, the go-to AI build right here. So I'll show this one too. And let's see what Goofball does here. And Goofball being the AI. And oops. I'm going to take the red off just to make sure the blast gem isn't loaded first, because he's not usually going to be loaded. So break. Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Thank you. And I would say this would probably be, assuming he plays it right and doesn't swipe, the go-to auto build for him, because there's no choosing, so it's just going to be really fast, right? Just boom. Okay, we're all loaded. Boom. And I'm sure he's going to swipe again if he swiped last time. Now he decided to use the finisher. Okay. So plays that pretty well AI wise. So that would be the setup I would use. For those people that wanted to see AI, let me know in the comments if that's good enough to show you, if you want to see different or more. For all the other stuff, very interested to hear you guys' comments, what you think about Anvil, what you thought about that first moveset, because 10 million is substantial from a 5-star gold. Very, very big. So if you think there's more potential there, maybe 6-star, maybe boss battle, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, as that really helps me out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So good luck out there.